This is a video to help learn how to
Tomorrow's great because I know you love
program your repeater. So you just open up the box. This is what it looks like. This is the repeater unit. You can open it simply by pushing that tab. It pops open just like this. That's what's inside there. Now you've also got a transformer. So if you just undo the twisty tie there, you'll be able to have the barrel connector cord come out. Right here, that's what's going to get plugged in. So all you do is you plug this part in, and this is going to be placed somewhere in between, roughly, where the panel and the sensor that's not working is. And it doesn't have to be anywhere neat. Normally we've just been plugging these into a desk or the registers that are kind of in the middle. So if you can find some registers and just plug it into an outlet that nobody will unplug and just stuff it under the desk, it'll be fine. So this little barrel connector, all we're going to do is plug this in right here. And once we do, you'll see that there's little lights that come on. So that's to power up the repeater. Now I don't have to keep it powered for long. We're actually going to unplug it so that we can walk around to the door. It's just easier to walk around and do it at the same time. Now you'll notice that it has a battery right here. The battery lead's coming out. So it's plugged in right there. If this is unplugged, you just have to snap it in, that's it. That's the barrel connector that's plugged in for the power. Now there is one thing that you need to change right here. There's two little dials. You can see these right here. So these right here need to both be facing 2 gigs. So if you just turn them back one click to the 2 gigs, so they should be on number 9. Both of them will match. That means that it will repeat that signal, and that's all you need to do. Okay, so now we're ready to go ahead and learn the sensor into it. So just go ahead and unplug the power cable. And the lights turn off. It doesn't mean that it's not working, it just means that there's no power to it right now. Now this configure button is the button that you're going to push, and then you go and open up the door and it will beep at us. So let's go ahead and push it once. You can see it's got a yellow light on there. So now we just go over here to the door that we're going to learn into it. So I've already got the door sensor mounted on the door up here. So I'm just going to open up the door, and you heard the beep. That means that it just learned it in. Okay, so now I'm done with that, so I just go ahead and push the configure button again, and now I've turned it off. Now I've learned that door sensor into here, so now it's going to repeat that signal to the panel.
Well, let's find out if TJ has it.
Okay, so now I've got it back over here, so I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. And then I'm going to close the case, and I'm just going to store it right here for now. Again, you can just put this underneath the register. It can just be plugged into something that nobody's going to unplug, and that's all you need. And then you've got that there. Now the next thing we need to do, after we've got that plugged in and the sensor is learned into it, is actually learn the sensor into the panel. Okay, so now we need to learn the sensor back into the panel, the one that's being repeated from the repeater you just learned in. So what you want to do is go to your panel and push the home button until you get to this screen where you can see the 2 gig in the bottom right. And then click on the 2 gig sign, and now put in the code 1561, and then press System Configuration at the top here. Now let's get you into programming. Now up here you're going to see 01, which is zone 1, and then it'll show you some words. What you need to do is scroll to the right until you find a zone that doesn't have any words at all. So like for me it's zone 3, but for you it may be zone 6 or something like that. So just keep scrolling until you don't see any words at all. Once you find that, that's the zone we're going to use. So now go ahead and push the down arrow, and then press right, and we're going to change it to entry exit 1. Press down again, and it should look like this when you push it. So push right, and then it'll show you this. Press down again, and now this is where we're going to learn the sensor in. Now to learn the sensor in, you just press the shift button, and then push the learn over here on the left. And now you just walk over to the door that we're going to be learning in. For you it's going to be a long ways away. But for me, once I open that door, I can hear it beeping, and that tells me that it's learned in. So now when you come back to the panel, you'll be able to see, it'll show you a ID number right here. That's the ID number of that door. So go ahead and push OK, and then press down again, and down again, and down again, and down again. And now we're going to call that door, I think yours is a back door, so just push the insert button, and then 0 to 0, and then insert one more time, 0, 5, 8, and now we called it back door. and then press down again, and down again, and again, and one more time. And now we get to the summary screen of that sensor. Now just press the skip button, and then the end button, and then exit right here. And what that does is it now saves that door that we just learned in, and now it's rebooting the system. So once it comes back online, that door should be able to work